What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Mommy Needs a Minute, officially episode 3. Now, I know you might have seen I released a snippet of what was supposed to be episode 3, but it got unexpectedly cut short because my baby woke up. So, we're going to try it again. Um, we started a little earlier tonight, and so fingers crossed that she will let me get through a full episode. So let's get this thing popping, all right? So again, thank you for coming back. Thank you for um, showing interest. And if you are listening to this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, share, comment, engage with your girl, okay? I do want to have dialogue. I want people to tap in. If you are listening to this on my Substack, thank you. Subscribe. Tell people, tell your friends about this new podcast that is worth listening to. I promise you, we're going to build momentum. I promise you, it's going to get better. If you don't think it's already great, okay, well, it may not be for you. But again, this is what I thought would be a way for me to build community. And so this is how I'm doing that. Last episode, or my first attempt at episode 3, we were talking about sleepless nights and how some of the best sleep I ever had is no longer. And so um, we're going to continue that conversation a little bit. But one of the big topics that I put a post, or I put something on Facebook a couple weeks ago or last week, or who knows how long ago it was, um, we lose track of time real easy. But I put a post up and it was about co-sleeping. And if you are a parent, you know what co-sleeping is, right? Basically sleeping with your kid. Non-parents, new parents, soon to be parents, if you're tapping in and listening to this, hold on to your britches, okay? Because co-sleeping has some of the biggest dialogue and debates about, is it good? Is it bad? Are you supposed to do it? Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of studies and some data that shows that sleeping with your child as a baby is bad. It's a cause of SIDS, and it can be very dangerous. But there's other data that supports that sleeping with your child and your baby is natural, right? And in other cultures, this is being done safely, and the bond between mom and baby and even dad and baby, this is like co-sleeping is being done safely. So what say you? What do you say? Me personally, oh child, I'm gonna say that when I was not a parent, the one thing I said I was never going to do was allow my baby to sleep in my bed. And if I can look back at my previous self, I look at her and be like, girl, you a damn lie. Because that baby is going to be in that bed at some point. And especially as a breastfeeding mom. So I'm a breastfeeding mother. And it's just easier, y'all. And I do, like, there are times where I feel like there, there I want my bed to myself because I want to be able to stretch out and sleep the way that I want to sleep. But Also, I have not sleep trained my child, and I don't look at it as a failure. I've been told to not look at it as a failure. She sleeps for the majority of the night, and then she gets up and then she sleeps for a couple more hours, and then at some point she's in my bed because she is hungry no matter what I give her. I put cereal in bottles. I've given her extra meals at night. um, right now we are in the process of trying to intake up her calorie intake during the daytime to see if that will help her sleep more through the evening or through the night. And so far, I don't know, knock on wood, it's working. And but at me personally, I'm just adjusting. I feel like these are temporary times of unrest and unsettling and uncomfortability. Um, and this too will pass. And so I am, I, I, I make the change. She's running the show. I'm just in her world trying to make sure that she's adjusting to the best life that she can possibly have. Is she fed? Is she happy? Is she growing? Is she healthy? Yes, yes, yes. All these things. And so I've found ways to comfortably co-sleep. And um, if you look at her throughout the night, she looks like she is sleeping like a charm. She doesn't have a worry in the world. Me personally, I gotta wake up every morning and stretch because my back hurts a little bit because of the way I had to sleep, so I can ensure that I don't roll over on my baby. But I can honestly say there's never been a time that I felt like I was going to roll over on her. Honestly, um, yeah, never. I wasn't afraid that I was going to accidentally and I don't go to bed drunk and I don't go to bed high and I don't do these things. And so we all know that those things kind of heighten your risk of doing those having those unsafe behaviors, but I don't do that. And so, you know, thankful to God that, we've been making this work for the past couple of months, and she does sleep in a crib most of the time, but every she wakes up and am I going to let her cry it out? I don't know. I've gone down that road. She's learning how to self-soothe. Um, but I'm looking at it as she's a baby. Like, come on, like really? And am I creating bad habits? I might be, but I also just want to get the most sleep possible because, like I said before in my snippet, I was a person who thoroughly enjoyed sleeping. I loved rest. I loved naps. I loved going to bed and snuggling up in my bed, rubbing my feet together under the cover. You know how you get under the covers and you rub your feet together and before you get comfortable in your body just it was a process when I got into bed. I loved it, and that is no more. But like they said, you will never sleep again. I will say you will never sleep the same again because I sleep. Um, it's not the same quality of sleep, but I sleep. Uh, I get enough sleep and enough rest where I'm functional throughout the day. But I will say that that functionality ends quicker than it used to. I'm almost depleted by 8:30, 9 o'clock. Uh, back in back in the day, pre baby, I was a night owl. I did most of my I could stay up all night. Not no more. come 12 o'clock, night night, lights out, heads in beds. Nothing's happening in this household. Well, at least not for me. So, um, yeah. So what I would love to hear and know some of you all experiences when it comes to sleep training your child, or do you co-sleep or do you not co-sleep? um, why or why not? Let me know. I get get in my comments. I really do want to see, and I don't, and there's no, this is a very open, free, judgment free zone. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is wrong, that's wrong. No, do what works for you and that makes the most sense for you. I talk to a lot of moms that I have a lot of friends who are mothers, and I'm probably like the newest one in the group. So I I do post checks like, hey, do y'all do this? Did this happen? And they're all like, the people that tell you that their kids are sleeping through the night for 10, 12 hours, they're lying. That baby is going to get up, especially a breastfed baby. Them babies get up because they want this liquid gold. They need, the way that my daughter acts when she sees me coming at daycare when I'm coming to pick her up. She don't even hug my neck. She hugs my boobs. Like, I'm like, girl, I'm up here. Eyes up here, up here. But no, like, she don't care about me. She just care about what I can give her. Uh, so, but yeah, like, babies are going to, they're gonna wake up. And I was actually told by a lactation consultant that um, the frequent waking in the middle of the night is helpful for child development in a way, because when it comes time to start like potty training, they won't sleep through the urge to use the bathroom. I don't know how factual this is or how much data it is to support this, but that made sense to me. And I know when we get to that phase of life, um, I do want her to be able to get up and go to the bathroom when she needs to go. So again, I'm adjusting to these decisions that I made. I decided to be a mother. And so I will do what I need to do. And she's developing just fine. She's learning, she's self soothing, she's doing all the things. Those people who do have children that sleep throughout the night, kudos to you. I'm trying and it's working for me. Now, does her dad like this? Probably not. He probably just he does. Ain't no probably, no, he doesn't like it. He wants our bed back, but we sharing it right now. We have a third person in our bed, and it's the baby, and she gonna be there at least temporarily. She's not there all night. She's just there for a couple of hours, and then I put her back in her crib, and we play the game where I put her back. She lays there. She gets up in about an hour or two. She cried. And then it was like, all right, after the second time of putting her back in her crib, she's staying in the bed. We're not doing this all night. Because now you're impeding on my time. Now you're making this uncomfortable. But sidebar. Does anybody else just buy random shit in the middle of the night? Okay, so when when I like in the earlier months, like probably like months newborn to like just bring her home to about 4 months. Anytime I was up in the middle of the night, I would just be on Amazon buying stuff. Like, oh, I need pacifier holders. Ooh, she didn't like those pacifiers. I'm gonna try these new pacifiers. I'm gonna get a bottle warmer I didn't like this bottle warmer. I'm gonna get another one. Oh, this is cool. I'm gonna get some toys for it. Like just buying shit. Like I probably spent so much money on Amazon the first couple of months on things that I just was like, oh, I need some new A and some more A&D ointment. Oh, I don't have the just stuff that slowed down quickly. Now, when I'm up in the middle of the night, I'm deciding to scroll on Facebook or Instagram, trying to figure out ways. I'm on Canva trying to design stuff for this podcast so that I can advertise and entertain y'all so y'all can come in and be attracted to what I'm doing over here. But I'm buying summer clothes for the baby because I summer in Maryland came real fast. We went from like winter, and then we had a nice little springy time, and now it's just hot. And I was like, damn, my baby ain't got no shorts. What's she gonna do on these 80-degree days? She ain't got no shorts. I had to go get her some shorts, a couple little short sets, to get her a little kickstart. That's when I realized that she is not the size that I thought she was, and she's wearing like 12-month clothes. I was like, dang, little thickums. When did she get this big? So I had to buy some more clothes. So that's what I do now in the middle of the night. And I play this game called Township. Township. Um, that game got a hold on me right now. I don't know. I done built up. It's like I done built up this whole little town. Got all types of stuff going on in my town. But that's what I do in the middle of the night. But yeah, another thing that I miss about sleeping pre-baby, and y'all could, I can't sleep on my stomach no more. I don't know if this is just me. I think it might be because I'm breastfeeding and still kind of like lifted off the ground, lifted off the bed. You can't lay flat. Um, I lay all types of ways, but it's just nothing's comfortable. Sleeping on the couch is more comfortable than sleeping in the bed sometimes for me. But I've always been that person. I don't know. I'm gonna get a sleep number bed or something like that when I start making money off my podcast. I'm gonna get a sleep number bed. Sleep number sponsor me. Can I get a deal with? I can do a partnership. I can sell sleep numbers. But but yeah, this episode was all about just sleeping. I would like to hear from you all about what you all are doing and what works, what really works. Like, don't tell me this bullcrap sleep training stuff that you done did or that you think that you done saw on TikTok or Instagram. What have you tried and true? What really works? And seasoned parents, tell me what really works too. Like what works for you and your kids. And if you have like multiple kids, give me the secrets. I'm all ears. I wanna hear it all. But what I don't want is fake stuff. Stuff that you say, oh, we let them cry it out. It takes 20 minutes and that don't work for everybody's child. And the cry it out method, I really don't really I don't 100% agree with it. Um and that's just me. I I don't want to hear my baby cry for 45 minutes. That's craziness. It has never taken her that long, thankfully. But it took a lot for me to just let her cry for 20 minutes because that was a lot. I'm like, because what naturally, as a mom, especially as a new mom, if your baby's crying, you naturally want to help them, you want to nurture them, you get letdowns also, and so you can only withstand but so much. But at the end of the day, I just continue. What gets me through is just continuing to say, this is a phase. This is temporary. They won't be like this forever. They're just babies. And maybe because I took psychology, or I was a psychology major, and one of my favorite classes that I took, shout out to Virginia State University, home of the Trojans, Hell State. Um, One of my favorite classes was child development. And I think because I took that class, and I actually did really well in that class, it helps me to understand child development now. And so I have a little bit more patience and understanding. And I'm also just a person who's going to go with it. Life is life. There's too many other things that to be worried about. Um, I'll worry about sleep later. But that's my episode for today, y'all. It's just, these episodes are never meant to be super long because, like I said, I really don't know when my baby is going to wake up. And I try to get the most content in um, for you all to have at least a substantial experience, enough to allow us to spark a conversation. And so, again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Let's talk in my comments. Let's get some dialogue going. Let's get some conversation going. I would love to hear. Again, if you're listening to this on Substack, please subscribe, share, let your friends know. Bring some creatives onto Substack. It's really dope over here. It's a place for all the creatives. You can, if you're a writer, if you're a poet, if you are a photographer, if you have a podcast like myself that you're trying to get off the ground, or that you are already established. Um, Substack is a place where you can flourish and meet some pretty dope people. Also, and I'm not getting paid for any of these. Of course I'm not, right? I'm just starting off, but none of these plugs are, I'm not getting anything from it. I'm just telling my experience. Um, I'm also on YouTube trying to build that up. So go to YouTube, listen to my episodes, and let me know how you like them. Hopefully, like I said, these are for millennial moms. I feel like we're in a category of all by ourselves. Things are different for us, and in my opinion, and this is for us. This is for the aunties that are stepping in to be, those mom figures. But there will be episodes for the seasoned moms, those who've been mothering for years, who have tips and tricks and ways of doing things. Uh, but yeah, people who are thinking about becoming a mom and want to get some insight. This is the book that I said I wanted to write. I'm not going to write a book. I'm going to do a podcast. These are the things that I wish people would have told me when before I got pregnant. Like, pregnancy is beautiful. It's amazing. It really is amazing. Bringing a child into the world is one of the dopest things ever. Just because everybody can't, it's because men can't do it. I think we're awesome, but it's some things that I wish some moms would have told us, and they always say, "Oh, we forget that stuff." Y'all don't forget. Y'all just, I don't know. Y'all just holding it for yourselves. But I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share my experiences, and I want to hear your experiences. So come back for episode 4. It'll be another relatable topic. I promise you it will be. And we're gonna have some guests on some episodes in the future. And if you would like to be a guest, let me know. Hit me up on any of those pages that I told you to subscribe on. And maybe we can work some things out. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. This is your girl B Michelle, and this was Mommy Needs a Minute. Peace.